Hello everybody and welcome back to the Music Box with me, Meg Vincetta, and today I have with me the lovely Emily Callacher.
Hi.
Hi, you okay?
Yeah, nice to be on here.
Good, great to have you. So, tell me everything about how you enjoyed your live lounge experience.
Well, I went in the studio and I played some guitar, so that was pretty interesting. I enjoy performing live, I always do, especially with a bit of an audience, because we've had a bit of a lack of that recently due to COVID, but hey.
Lockdown. No, you were so good, and it was so good to just vibe in there with you as well. Like, you were proper getting into your guitar. I love the way like you turn away from the mic and you just like start to feel the music. I'm like, yeah.
It's nothing better than that moment.
I feel like we've got to point out that we could be sisters as well, like
with
curly
the curly
twins.
hair, yeah.
Curly twins. I always wanted to dye mine pink as well.
You got to be careful when you dye it though, because it always loosens the curl slightly, but I do really love the colours.
Yeah,
so.
I love it. Maybe you'll inspire me to dye mine. I wanted to dye purple, but everyone was like, no, you look like a witch. I was like,
It's a bit
maybe
weird.
I want to.
I want to be a witch.
Literally. So tell me a little bit about how you got into music, because you are very, very talented. You don't just play one instrument. So tell us everything what you do.
Well, thanks for that compliment, I suppose. Right. So I suppose when I was about 11, I started playing piano first, and that's how I sort of first got into music. But every time I went to my piano lessons, in my dad's car, he'd always put on a different album, and he'd always have like Led Zeppelin or Simon and Garfunkel, them kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I realised slowly that piano wasn't really for me, because I couldn't really create my sound on the instrument. I didn't feel like I had this freedom that I wanted.
You can't really while out like you do. Like,
No.
what are you going to do on the piano? Like, turn
Stand
around
up.
and stuff. You're like, da!
Yeah. Could do a bit of blues, get my foot up there
Oh,
and stuff, but maybe not. But yeah, so when I was like 14, I picked up the guitar and I'm here still, so I'm enjoying it.
and you're really good at it. So honestly, it's like you're just doing this with your fingers and all these amazing sounds are coming out. And I'm like, God, teach me how you're doing this.
Well, it's practice, I suppose.
I just wish I could, but I just can't. So tell me what your musical influences are. So when you used to drive to your piano with lessons with your dad, obviously he mixed up your inspiration by throwing little different genres, different artists and stuff. But is there any particular artists that you kind of feel affiliated with?
Well, for my own music, so like what's influenced my own music is I've tried to expand my knowledge on more female artists, because I think there's a serious issue in the music industry where there's not many female artists. Like there is, but there always tend to be just the lead singer or not like full bands. So
I love this. Sorry, I'm really excited right now.
So like obviously there's like Fleetwood Mac and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks is like God, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's just amazing. And then there's stuff like to be honest, First Aid Kit, I really enjoy them as well. They've got a lot of harmonies. If you've never checked out their stuff before, you really should.
I haven't checked them out. I will have to check them out.
They're amazing. They are. But yeah, I've sort of tried to go through that, but I've always had the influence of more classical rock musicians, like I was saying, with the whole Rolling Stones kind of thing, and the Beatles, obviously, because I'm from Liverpool. There's a big whoop. Yay.
That's good though.
Yeah.
So when you're like looking at your future and you see how your music is going to be, do you see yourself on stage with an all-girl band?
You know, I used to have an all-girl band when I was younger, and it's very full of drama, obviously, because girls tend to be. But I did love it.
See, I disagree with that. I just think maybe it's the wrong mesh of people, because usually, like, I get that there's this like stereotype of girls being a bit like bitchy and stuff when you're in a band, but when you find the right people to connect with, like, I feel like especially now women are really wanting to support and motivate each other to do well and to like work collectively and bring something special together. If you find the people that are all on the right
level,
mission as you,
vibe,
then it might vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play the triangle. I can play the triangle, so I can be like, ding in the background.
I think what it was is we were young as well. Do you know what I mean? So you're a bit inexperienced and just at the time it was a lot of
Hormones.
precious. Yeah, teenage years, I mean,
hormones. That's
still
all
there,
you
but
say, really.
yeah.
They never go away, unfortunately. They get you real crazy.
Woo!
Right, so tell me a little bit about what you're up to now, because you're working on your EP. We've just heard 2 of the songs that are going to be released on this EP, so I'm excited for it. And you've been working with Big Condo, getting your album to get your EP together. So how is that going for you?
So I have been enjoying it. It's been a long process because recording always is. Recently we tried to put a cajon on Fragments and it sounded awful. However, we're changing that now. But yeah, it's all just a trial and error, and I hope that I can get the best song out to you. I'm really excited to show you what I've got. So.
I'm excited too. And if you haven't seen the live performance yet, honestly, it's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about this song she just played. So the first one, someone said to me, tell us that, because I love that this has got it's got a background that's relevant to Liverpool, and obviously us being Scousers, we love repping Liverpool. So tell us about it.
Up the Reds now.
Up the Reds.
So the first one is a bit political. It's called Someone Said to Me, because it's all about like the local music scene sort of shutting down. For example, when I was younger, I used to play in the Zanzibar, and that's gone now.
So sad.
Yeah, and a lot of other sort of live venues are all in a similar boat. The reason why is because of COVID and not been able to stay afloat. But before that was happening, I wrote this song before that because I noticed that there's a dying industry in live music, and to me live music is everything. Do you know what I mean? Like it's different seeing an artist live than seeing an artist in a studio. Artist in a studio is artwork, do you know what I mean? It's been polished, it's had like, you've got a canvas and you're painting kind of thing.
It's had a million people input into it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like this big image that you've come out with at the end, but when you're performing something live, it's something more personal, and you can just really speak to the people that are there and hopefully create a different connection, because every song's got a different meaning to a different person, but just in that moment you can just enjoy the music,
and you can vibe off the energy of people as well, can't you? So you're singing, you're seeing the reactions of people, and people are getting like emotionally involved in your music. I think because your songs have all got like different meanings, haven't they? All different, like some of them are quite fun, some of them are quite deep, some of them have got important messages around them, so it's really good to get that like opinion, like obviously they're not going to sit there and go, so this is what I thought, but you can tell by the reaction about like how they vibe, because like, you know, even like we'll talk about like your songs in a minute, but one of your songs was like really sad, and I was like it really was like touching me, giving me goosies all over my body. And I was just like, oh, I'm really feeling this. And then you spice it up towards the end with the next song, so I think you're right about, you know, the
just getting people emotionally involved, isn't it? I think
though maybe after this whole isolation gap that we've had, people have got that more, hey little fly, go away. People have got more of a need to have that emotional connection with people, so I think after like isolation and things get back to normal, people will really value and appreciate going out and experiencing live music.
I am hoping for that so much. Like, I am really hoping for a musical revolution. I'm like I'm talking to everybody my age right now. If we can do some like live movement kind of thing, like, you know, like the punk scene or like the 60s, let's do it.
I honestly feel this is happening.
Vibe with that, can't we? Can we do that? Like, so many artists have so much amazing music they've been able to write while the world's been still. All the artists, while you've been at home sitting there on your bum, all them artists have been up at night painting and singing and writing, and they're about to come out of the shadows, and you're not going to be able to ignore them anymore.
I love that. Oh, get on. I love that though, because that's what it's all about. It's all about artistic expression, letting your creative juices run wild and inspiring more people to do the same. And I think especially like the people that we get into the music box as well, they've all got stories to tell, all got real passions that they're really wanting to talk about, and important messages to get people to listen to. So I think someone said to me, you know, the political like background of that song, and then its relevance to Liverpool, I think people will really enjoy, you know, getting to know that song as well. But moving on to your next song, now this is the one that got me all emotion. I was just like tingling all over because it was such a lovely song. Now that's called Fragment. So tell us a little bit about that one.
So Fragments is a song about grief, and I've experienced an emotional trauma, I suppose, in my life where a loved one who was very close to me, who was my sister, she passed away from cancer, and I had to. It was
I'm really sorry.
It's grim. It's life. Sadly, it's horrible to see. And the thing was, I was really struggling with coping, and my outlet is music, and it always has been. So I sat on the guitar and I decided to write a song. And like what I was writing about is I have like this it's a bit of a weird belief, but I have this belief where when you lose someone, you don't really like properly lose them, and that they can talk to you in your dreams.
I believe this. I get messages all the time, so this isn't weird.
I get it as well, and I feel like you can properly talk to people like you love, or if there's something going wrong, it's like that.
It's extra guidance.
Yeah, but I had a dream about my sister a couple of weeks after she died, and it was her saying that she's okay now and she's better, kind of thing.
She's feeling at peace, type of thing.
Yeah, and that she loved me still, and I needed it because I was going through a lot. And the song Fragments talks about memories and how you only get snippets of the person, but you can never quite put it back together, obviously, because you don't have them physically anymore, but you have them somewhere else. It's like an outlet of they're there but they're not, and they always will be there, if that makes sense.
I get this feeling of like when you're looking for a diamond and there's a lot of soil everywhere, but then you've got them little pigments, and the diamonds are the fragments, and they're the memories that come back to life and bring her memory back to life as well when you're singing it.
It's like, it's the time old saying, is it, the people you love, when they pass away, they live on through you, and everybody who's experienced grief and stuff will always remember them in memories, in pieces, in fragments.
Amazing. And what a wonderful way to honour her memory by creating such a beautiful song as well.
Yeah, I did write a lovely happy song as well while she was alive for a wedding called Callacher. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that one day as well.
I would love, honestly, I would really, really love to hear that. And I'm sure that all of the musical inspiration that goes into, your music and the things that are coming out from your what would be a negative experience, to turn it into something so beautiful, you should be so proud of yourself, and I'm sure your sister's so proud of you as well. So let's move on to your next song. So we've got Run. Now this one had me hyped up because it's totally different from the other two songs, and it's about nightmares.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, Run. But basically everybody has like this recurring nightmare, don't they, when they were a kid, or how you still have it.
I still have it, okay. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
When people be running after you. And basically what I felt is I had to write a song about it. So it's just a bit of a creepy, upbeat type of song.
I love it though, because although it's creepy, it's like, I'm running, or am I dancing away from the nightmares?
Yeah, you're dancing in the face of fear.
I love that, definitely dancing in the face of fear. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I've really, really enjoyed talking to you. I've really enjoyed listening to your music. Please tell everybody where they can find you and find your music.
Okay. Hi, I'm Emily Callacher, as you've seen today, and you'll be able to find me on all my social medias, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, them kind of stuff. So basically, my name's Emily Callacher, and you're probably wondering how to spell that. So it's a bit like Gallagher, but you replace the G's with C's. You'll get there.
You better get there.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for coming on to the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of The Music Box with myself, Vincetta, and Emily. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for
Bye
having me.
everybody.